of 2026.
Yes.
But we've seen this even from the statistics and data that you've given us. So how do you intend to ensure that there's some sort of progression, that it doesn't just end with a statement that, Media Council of Kenya wrote to the ODPP, Media Council of Kenya wrote to the IG, and then that's it?
Yes. The only thing we can do is follow up and demand for action. At the same time, we can encourage dialogue between, of course, the public and the media, and the media and security agencies, so that we foster a culture of respect for press freedom and the rights of journalists. Yes.
A culture of respect, right?
Yes.
And, we usually say here in our newsrooms that no story is worth your life, but really, what should a journalist do now when covering, an event where there is a politically charged crowd?
Yes.
What should I do when caught up in that particular scenario?
And in the election guidelines that we launched in Nakuru, there is actually a whole chapter on what journalists need to do, especially when covering political events. First of all, there are responsibilities that are apportioned first to security agencies. That is to ensure journalists are safe. Secondly, there is also duties that are apportioned to the media owners themselves to ensure, first of all, that there is capacity building for media personnel who are going to grounds to cover political events. And also journalists themselves must be aware. Media houses must have a risk assessment before sending journalists to the ground. In Homa Bay, there were, of course, indications that there was going to be violence. So what risk assessment did media houses do before sending their crew to the ground? Secondly, before a journalist goes to the field, there must be some briefing, what to expect, how to react, and how to take care of yourself when you're on the field.
Briefing from the council or the house, the media?
The media house itself.
Okay.
The media house bears the responsibility of briefing the journalists on what to expect on the ground. And when the journalist comes back, of course, a debriefing. Secondly, there's also the responsibility of the journalists when you're now on the ground. The media house has done whatever is necessary to ensure your protection. They have provided you with medical care. They have provided you with enough resources for you when you're on the ground. So for you when you're on the ground, it's also your responsibility to be aware of your surroundings. First, do not embed yourself in political entourage because that exposes you to risk. Do not break news in an hostile environment. And thirdly, it's just a basic thing. For example, when you're going to a rally, ensure that you dress in a manner that can, you know what I mean, yeah? You can't go to a political party whose colors are red, are blue, and then the opposition party's colors are red and you go wearing red colors. You are obviously exposing yourself to a certain level of risk. At the same time, the way you dress, you can't go wearing heels to cover a protest. But most importantly, you must also have a press card. When you go to the ground and you have a press card, it offers some certain level of security. Not always, because sometimes when in violent situations, sometimes all reason goes out of the window. But when you go to the ground, make sure you have a press card to show that you are actually an accredited journalist. Yes.
What happens to those journalists who lost, their press cards, in Homa Bay?
Yes.
Because there are cases of, they lost their equipments, their press cards were also taken away. So what happens to them? How do you help?